On the keys, Tembelihle Donjana. On bass, Brendan Bolton. On saxophone, Claire Ronge. Ladies and gentlemen, gays, lesbians, and gender non-conforming people, welcome to Bodies Under Siege. In partnership with the representation of Flanders, Flanders Literature, Gothenburg Literature House, and of course, Open Book Festival. Trigger warning alerts: gender-based violence, rape, and homophobia. Get your hearts ready. Exhibition you have just experienced virtually. It is Heskin Speaks by Palesa Makua. And on stage, help me welcome Sipogazi Jonas.
Good evening. Tonight's words are dedicated to a woman who was born 150 years ago this year. She was a pioneer, a seamstress, a teacher, an essayist. She co-founded Ohlange, which was the first black school in South Africa. She co-founded Ilanga Lase-Natal. Her work popularized the national anthem as we know it. And she was the first wife of the first president of the ANC, Reverend John Langalibalele Dube. Because she could not have children, she was divorced and died alone. She made history, only to be buried with it. We turn the body of the river back. We cast the story into the tide of history. A name floats out of the water. She pours herself out onto the riverbed. There is a flood. We are not safe. We must drown to listen. She does not want to be saved. She wants to be seen. There is baptism in submersion and new names in resurrection. But first, the sin must be confessed. We have forgotten Unokutela and many others. So we write to repent. There is salt in the water. We remember by singing, singing from the shallow into the deep. Where the river dissolves and becomes the sea, she pours herself out in song. The melody carries the river back into our mouths. We are crying, and we do not care to know why, but there is salt in the water. We are thirsty. She is thirsty. We remember her, and we are all quenched. A special dispatch to the New York Sun from Syracuse, New York says, there is a Zulu young woman here who has ideas about civilization. She knows what it is to be an African savage and a civilized Christian, but is homesick for Zululand. Oh no, she says, I want not to be a barbarian again, but I do not like all civilized customs. See, an American newspaper captures your words in 1899, and the sharp edge of your thoughts surprises the author. You are entombed in foreign archives for posterity. Teach a child the way she should go, and she will not depart from it. Teach a people the way they have traveled, and they will remember it, venerate it, commemorate it, record it, name everything after it. Unless it was led by a woman. Then they will question it, chart their own maps over her footsteps, write new borders, pretend discovery, and plant new flags. This is how women die out of history. We tax their behavior, punish them for asking for what is theirs, and for complaining when they are wrong. We banish them instead of calling on men to change. Salvage the parts which satisfy the shape of history already taking place in our heads. Reassemble their narrative under a man's name. Cement his fame. But we are here for resurrection and the rolling of stones. We call forth names out of the cracks, out of the ash, out of the river, out of untold scriptures. We call names out of the rocks, out of the ash, out of the rivers, out of untold scriptures. We have come to see Unokutela Mdima. We called for you in the valley. We called for you by name in the valley of Inanda. We have come to see Unokutela Mdima, but the gates did not answer. We called again, louder, because we are women. We know what it is not to be heard until you have screamed and stripped and burned. We shouted until the syllables of your name rumbled through the trees, echoed your refrain down the same pathways where you made new ways between tradition and new religion. We called to the rocks to remember the songs you composed in your head before you could transcribe them on a page and on key. We called to the living to remember you before a man converted your last name inherited from another man with his. Before your display across the ocean under a missionary name. Mama, we came to see you, but the air was heavy with forgetting. Walls, windows whitewashed, records erased as if you were never here. You know, perhaps history is not made on the end of a needle and thread, or under a broom, or under a spade, a garden spade. Perhaps history is not made in the kitchen or in the places where women and girls make the things we cannot live without. Perhaps practicing to play dolls and mothering dolls and playing house but not having children made Unokutela a bad wife. See, women must secure their memory through their wombs, or their husbands, or be forgotten. Women must secure memories through their wombs or their husbands and be forgotten. Women only support and nurture the men who shape history, these towering atlases who bear the weight of the world on their shoulders. Because women do not exist until they are married, die alone if divorced, while their husbands are sanitized into sainthood. But perhaps history and truth do not mean the same thing. Perhaps memory is framing and we must make our own. We have come to see Unokutela Mdima. 1917, somewhere in Sophia Town, your entire life is published on an unmarked grave. CK 2973. Christian Kaffer 2973. So your people have abandoned you. So a racist state reduces you to 2 letters and a number. There is no one to protest this neglect, no children to claim the body, a husband who has moved on with his new wife. Your body is a burial site of all the things you have birthed. You have died with ink on your fingertips, and yet the pages of Ilanga Lase Natal do not turn their face towards you. There is this shadow of silence. The dust of Ohlange is found under your nails, but your name is not at the gates. So your hands were Genesis all over this place, but there is no evidence, no statue or plaque, only a page and a banner. Everything that could remember you would never survive the appetite of time and fire. So we borrow words from women like you and never cite them. We harvest their labor, then cut off their hands. We sing their songs and forget their voices. You made the world then, but now you demand that we remake it out of dust. There are those who raised a headstone in 2013. There are others. There is us. So we have come to remember in prayer and song and fabric and words. We have come to remember. Sizokubona unokuthela mdima. We have come to see unokuthela mdima.
Siphokazi Jonas. Coming up next on stage, help me welcome Tara Rose.
Woman making love to the ocean and the trees, the river and the breeze. Woman making love to the sky, to the earth, to all that is birthed. Woman making love to the universe. Woman moaning, shouting into the ether to hear the hills and valleys echo back to her in whispers. Woman feeling blood, streams winding down her skin. Woman feeling her mountain breast, her deep, dark, wet caves hiding treasures, ready to bring forth new worlds. And oh, how we need this new. Please, Goddess, deliver me from this world's depravity, its stench of poverty, violence that is perpetrated against woman, girl, man, boy, her, him, they, against this earth. Let me move past the tyranny of the ego, fighting for its life, the separateness, the mightiness of I. Let me find the we that includes everyone and everything. How I long to lie on the forest floor as a lover, the one that I laugh with, to lie in the shelter of its branches, to drink the oxygen it feeds me from its leaves, the taste lingering on my lips, to even move beyond this symbiosis, to feel the tree limbs as my own, to know that I am part of tree. Yes, to know that I am tree, I am forest, I am river, child, dog, mud, whale, spider, rock, sky, earth. Yes, I am this holy earth, this sacred existence, this existence marveling in profound wonderment at itself. Body speaks to mind. I want to dance more, feel the movement of spine, hips, arms, fingertips. I want to walk more, swim more, sing more, rest more, breathe deeper. Come, feel me, all of me. Touch me more, get others to touch me more. Touch, taste, hear, smell, see, all of these are because of me. Feel the world through me, the energy in us, the energy around us. Remember, I am your temple. I can bring you so much bliss. Listen to me. Bring what you see into me. That painting, that sunset, that hawk flying in the sky, how do they make you feel? Bring what you hear into me, that babbling brook, that woman singing, that child laughing, how do they make you feel? Bring what you taste and smell into me, that morning coffee, that chocolate, that freshly baked bread, how do they make you feel? Mind, you have your past stories, your future dreams, your addictions, your analysis, your distractions, your numbness, your ideas of transcendence, all to get away from feeling. I am here for you as a gateway to the present moment. I am always singing to you in sensations. Please take the time to feel in every moment. Yes. Keep feeling, stay with me, especially during discomfort. I can take you to the vastness of your being. Stay with me, don't leave me, don't abandon me. Keep feeling, I'm waiting for you to drop down into me. I'm always here. Keep feeling, stay with me, keep feeling. What the bees say. Sitting inside on a cool spring day, listening to spiritual teachings on oneness, beingness, and beyond, through the window, I notice bees collecting nectar from a profusion of purple flowers on a rosemary bush. They tell me to come outside, listen to their hum, smell the sea air, feel the soft breeze. They tell me to hear the distant roar of ocean waves, look up at the soft, slow-moving clouds wafting across a bright blue sky. Feel the sun on my face. They tell me to hear the birds singing, particularly the small red-breasted sunbirds as it flits along the tree branches. They tell me to take it all in. And so, I take it all in. until I am the bees, I am the flowers, I am the air, I am the waves, I am the clouds, I am the sky, I am the sun, I am the birds, I am the trees, until there is no separation, until I am everything and I am nothing, until for an endless moment I dissolve into bliss.
A round of applause for Tara Rose. Help me welcome on stage Zita Maketa.
It is hard to be a woman. To hold us from moving with the conveyor belt, we need blue. Big lips speaking caps lock, street screaming free a black woman. Blue. Blue. Women sleep between the winds and spread on what you have become. Blue. Blue. She outspeaks herself in a cosmic moon town. Blue. Blue. Screaming her scars to the wall, weighing her soul on the scale. She's blue. Blue. I greet you in the name of a woman and not just a womb. She comes juggling flames, wearing names like hurricanes. She is the mountain I hide. The river is her spine. She stands on its flow. She pulls me into the moon's void. She is blue. Blue. Her spirit is liquid witchcraft. I'm sipping this. Spellbound souls, synergy, navigate relationships, no Titanic sink. Indigo eyes blink, blackness that swallows me. In my daughter, I see who her mother be, a butterfly that morphed back to a bookworm. I feel the warmth, like matchbox, our lighter, you are the spark in this. I lost memory of where the exit is. The sun is half moon in your galaxy and we orbit it in harmony. Your character keeps pulling me like gravity, no ego stroking and flattery. You are the altar in a temple that house my laughter, the quiet of silence, the quiet of silence, the quiet of silence. You are blue. Her breast is what went wrong. Her ass moves like she's dancing to a song. Her legs are long. Her eyes cast a spell, hips swing like a church bell. Is she a boy? Is he a girl? The society is what went wrong. They nailed her to the Bible, this woman, unraveled through poem. She's a ball of fire, a trail of burning. She's a woman rolling. They wrote her obituary with hard digs. Now her vagina is a street song in protest. She'll never sober, yes. Maybe God is lesbian and her pussy learned its lesson. To forget how to breathe, to remember the closet. Burning, 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 burning. You replace a woman's face with a vagina, cause a man's world is a hard penis and deep pockets for ego stroking. Your dick is not a leak, slow drip. Ask that woman, dick is disposable. We taught you how to become fire. Now your flames reach and burn our daughters, they are burning. We thought it was their weed smoking, but it was their bodies doused with gasoline. They are burning in the hands of their lovers. These bruises becomes death marks. They are burning. The neighbor heard her scream. The neighbor called the police. Pathologist came with a body bag. They are burning in a casket. Feet first, enter church. The grave is a final resting place. They are burning. They are burning. They are burning. Until wombs die and wrinkles grow deep on their faces, they'll remain children of the night, consuming flames till gentle smoke swirls from their lips every time they breathe. They'll wear dreams in coded languages they'll fail to crack while reading stars as heaven claim their virginity back. They'll drive moonlight, naked, praying for a fuck, or 20 rands for a job that blows like winds from corners of the earth, children of the night, leaving footprints on cursed pavements, with hope ponytailed on sacred street lamps. They'll proclaim their innocence through open thighs, exposed breasts, and tempting poses. Thank you.
Zita Maketa, ladies and gentlemen, gays, lesbians, and gender non-conforming humans. Let's give it up for the band, yo. Let's take a turn around overseas. Help me welcome on stage, coming from Sweden, Burcu Sahin.
Thank you. This one is for my sister and my mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and so on. Nattens ände, broderier. Röda tobaksblommor växer, händer av slag och smekningar. Punkteringar från nålar, väven av smärta, historia. Jag vässar ett knivblad, lindar in det i håret. Night's End embroideries. Red tobacco flowers grow, hands of blow and caresses. Punctures from needles weave of pain, history. I sharpen the blade of a knife, wrap my hair around. Our mothers sow, tend to others' mothers, homes and institutions, look after the sorrow. We await the mother's return, dawn, sweat down the backs will cool. We refuse to grow, we are already older, afield, daughters who shout, sleep is for children. We have not yet gone to bed, the yard echoes with footsteps. Vi leker under körsbärsträdet. Ett vapen vrids ur någons händer. Utomhusbadet, engångsgrillarna, köttet, frukterna, filtarna, solstolarna. We see the sun rise, put each other to bed, silk bedspread. Sing songs in languages we do not understand. Cut our hair in uneven strands. We sing songs in languages we do understand about dead princes, princesses, graves we carve into the ground. We sit speechless at what happened, but our bodies seek each other out. Tongues split, we learn the language, pronounce letters. We learn imitations, gestures, limits, distance the hand and the stone. The gloss of the wax cloth worn bare. We learn to pick others' gazes from our faces. We resemble each other. We inherit the fear of not finishing. We learn to abandon, to not be abandoned. But at the end of the day, we resume the work that made us lose our patience. Pearly rose winds up with the light, the coarse wood gable. We hold each other's hands. We are woven, the will to reunite seems not snow landscapes. Seams are lost, the night, the sleep, the worry, pure. No one cries. Tears cannot become a river to float on. What is left is an open hand that never stops giving. What is placed in our hands will be taken away again. Det som läggs i våra händer ska tas ifrån oss igen. Händernas minne går i arv. Berättelser kring ett köksbord. The hand's memory is inherited. Gold stitches, cotton towels, stories around the kitchen table. The children are unfair, and the mothers, they weave their pain into daughters' braids. Who gets to be in the end? Tongue knotted, you learn the language, not the pronunciation of letters. The mother tongue remained in your mouth. Sleepless, we give you lines of poetry, an entirely new passage, Rose and Mother. In what dreams do your memories of the night live? When you stayed awake, occupied with needle and thread. You gave us the muteness that followed, the finely woven white dream of silk thread. You gave us the words pulled from your mouths at night when the city was the loudest. You gave us the joy pulled from your hands at night when you sewed and repaired your sorrow. No one sewed lace edges like the grandmothers used to crochet hooks. We keep our hands occupied by calling for you. Carry the home as you carry each other, heavy with longing. The poems you never wrote have been archived. Radiate a blinding light. Remain in a state of white. And it's this light that remains out of reach. History is full of daughters who apologize without saying they're sorry. History is full of mothers of apologies, but not of forgiveness. There is no reconciliation in reality, maybe in poems. There is no reconciliation in poems, maybe in reality.
Burcu Sahin. Help me welcome on stage Lee Mokobe.
we were younger, all the girls on the street were told to eat sand to help fill out their breasts. I filled my mouth with the Lord's dust and prayed for smallpox. And one day, I woke with melons weighing heavy on my chest and wondered, how could I have swallowed all that earth in my sleep? And isn't that what it meant? To be women? To be filled with dirt and still blossom? To feed on earth and call it this body? And how this body is earth too? And that I did not want to be either? That I want to rip my chest open and pour all of this, every grain of it, back where it belongs? I mean, I didn't ask for all of it, just some. And ain't that funny, how this body is at the mercy of this soil, that we are nothing but it? And can't I be something that grows less, like soot, something that stains, so they don't call me girl or woman, but call me earth and body and just and me, sand-filled, mistaken, unsatisfied, boy with sand for chest. Makwala cheche, acheche le murau, huyaruna bapilo tsetata kopili. Makwala cheche, acheche le murau, huyaruna bapilo tsetata kopili. Huyaruna,
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 Huyaruna, Babilu Tata Kopi.
huyaruna,
Huyaruna,
huyaruna.
Huyaruna, Babilu Tata Kopi.
One filled with matriarchs, by choice or by circumstance. Women who charged through life to the beat of their own drum, who stared danger in the face and said, not kum. So my mother tells the story like it was yesterday, how during the 80s in apartheid South Africa, when the police were looking for black boys to make into anything other than living, boys who were said to be troublemakers, the curfew breakers and the protest starters, boys whose skin was a riot, a cackling antithesis to racism, boys whose views made them revolutionaries. My grandmother is said to have opened her door, made her home into a sanctuary, would let the boys flood her living room. My mother and her sisters would create a glitter parade with scarves and dresses and skirts. The boys, a kaleidoscope of femininity, unmaking themselves in the company of strangers. This is how my family used femininity to survive. One that saved many from prison, torture, or death. It is this story now that affirms me in my queerness and how I choose to express myself. But when I was younger, I had neither the story nor this affirmation. I grew up hating everything I knew about femininity. If it was skirts, then I despised them. If it was laughing softly and crossing my legs when I sat, then I chose to wholeheartedly and man-spread across every surface I could find and attempt to loudly proclaim, that I am not soft and I am not a girl. So femmes and femininity became the enemy. No one wants to admit to self-hate, how my relationship with my body was tainted the day I realized that the world says femme is girl, that femme has a body type, a skin tone, a dress code, a mannerism about her that did not have room for me. But I am now reminded that in my family, men wore femininity to battle. So do I. I wear it as the only badge of strength that is worthy of my heritage. When I choose to be femme, it is an act of rebellion. It is to look a white supremacist, traditional, queer-phobic system in the eye and say, look. And when I choose to adorn myself in the face of war, I do not grab a bulletproof vest or a machete or a gun. I grasp femininity with both hands and say, look, at my inheritance, isn't it something? How we can treat a twirl like tear gas, have the girls gagging at how quick and silent this wrist bends in the middle of gossip, how steady my eye rolls be, how I flick my hair with the energy of women who learned how to be slick from arguing with the racist system, women who entered massacres like Molotov cocktails, exploding into a rainbow of outfits, wind catching into their dresses while they threw a brick at the system. And like all the femmes in my family, the ones carved by a hunger for freedom, the ones who burst forth from themselves like sunflowers, bright, tall, and joyous, and like a brand new day, to all my femme boys and femme girls, to the femme thems and femme queers, we get to be here. And to all the allies, save a queer, throw a brick. Disclaimer, guys, I'm going through a heartbreak. So, still, we have love, we have love, we have love. And so I want to share this poem that I just wrote called How We Make Love. Earliest memory I have of being alone, I think I was probably older than I care to admit. I feel a kinship to alone because it brings comfort. It feels like my lonely won't spill over. It feels like the bursting won't come from the chest anymore. It will come from the pores instead. It will be steady and feel like the light kiss of water that butterflies itself from a waterfall. It will be a cup of rooibos tea on an empty belly, a friendliness expanding all over my body. It must sing. The inside of you must resonate like the laughter of your great-grandmother sultry in the hands of a man who last promised her Azania and Rhodesia and Congo and Cairo and some of Pharaoh's spare keys. See how incredible that must feel, to feel when the lonely walks out on you. What do you do with yourself with all that time shifting in your hands? You make love, but I do not like rings and where they come from, and how someone might think me wife before they tell me I am husband. that I might love a boy like a wife might love him, and how we could marry if only I became wife. But I am husband still. I am husband still.
After a long time on stage, leave. Oh. And closing the set for us, help me welcome from Belgium, Lisette Ma Neza.
Hello. How have you been feeling? All the feelings. The poets, they did all the things. What a night, what a night. I sat in the back and I was writing and I was listening and I was feeling. What a night. With the three of you on stage all the time. Can you introduce yourself by playing? Let me start with you. Tell us a story. Let us hear your voice. Try to join her. And as a response to what we've heard, all these stories, how we receive. There are bodies under siege. Tonight we go beneath, we go beneath. Let's go to what you played in the beginning. A little bit higher. Here's a small wrap up of all the feels, of all the things. Bodies under siege. Bodies under siege. Women of the water, by the fire, we speak about this violence. Bodies under siege. Women of the water, by the fire, we slam about this silence. There are bodies under siege, weapons within bodies, oh, weapons within bodies, oh, we call their names, we still call their names. war zone in my bedroom, my body be the crime zone. Mother, I lost my tongue when I lost my story with no speech. By the fire we give this life a language, these experiences. By the fire we translate our lives to language. Oh, on stage tonight here we tell this story. We don't tell their story nor his story. His story is full of saying sorry, sorry, sorry. It's full of saying a sorry that's not ours. Every story starts within a woman or mother. Every story starts with you, mother. Every story starts with a mother. Every story, mother, every story starts within your body, mother, making her story history, only to be buried with it. Oh, tonight we've heard all about this story. This is I story, my story, perhaps our story. Indeed, Tara, let us find the we as we shout and we burn. Indeed, we call their names, we say their names, we rhyme. Indeed, to repent, we rhyme as we repent, we grieve as we grow up. Indeed, and while we bleed, we stand on stages, we stand on this stage, we stand on stages, we stand up and we stand on stages. While we bleed, we transform this place, we transform places. Oh, we are poets. We stand on stages and transform places. Oh, places holding stories, all these stories starting within mothers. We sing songs in broken tongues. We hold and hold on to. Earlier on this stage, I heard we gotta stop mothering every son. Now woman to woman, your ass can never be wrong. Or woman to woman, your hair is yours, your private parts yours, your speech, your mother tongue. You might belong tonight. Now woman to girl. Woman to girl, tell me, why did you become so strong now? Body to body now, spirit to spirit, now soul to soul now. Now woman to woman, now body to body, now soul to soul, now spirit to spirit now. Bodies on the sea. Got lost in yourself. Do you love yourself? Lose yourself? Snap yourself? Pinch yourself? You punish yourself? Can you please listen to yourself? Hear yourself, listen. Let us heal ourselves. Let us heal ourselves. Bodies on the sea. Speak about thee. Thank you. Let's dive a bit deeper into it, and then a bit less deep. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Can you play me something? Something of this knowing, something that you know, but it's so deep you never talk about it, but you know and you know and you know some kind of no. Are you confused? No, you're feeling it. Okay. I know, I know, I know. Can you play with us? I know, I know, I know. I know, I know, I know. I know, I know, I know. And can you play this moment in your own life, maybe? This strange feeling of getting on your period for the first time. And the confusion around it. Slow down to only the two of you, and you come in later. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know I have to tell my parents. For me to ever understand, I knew back then. I knew back then I had to tell my mother, cry in front of her instead of telling myself she would not understand. I knew my period blood was in my sheets, my underwears were red, and she noticed. I knew. We slow down a bit. It becomes less and less fun. I knew I was becoming one. Lord, I knew virginity wasn't gonna last any longer. It's now that I know my mother had noticed all along. Now I know she saw the pain. She knew about my innocence, then my innocence was gone. I know she saw it go. But then I did not know. Mothers see daughters grow into women bodies and they cry because you're no longer too old. I became my mother's body. I became my mother's body far before womanhood. I became my mother's body. I became my mother's body far before womanhood. I became her scars and it scared me. I became her scars and it scared me. And he climbed on top of me. I thought maybe God don't notice. noticed. Maybe God don't see. Maybe God forgot about me. Maybe God don't hear me. Maybe God forgot about me. Maybe God don't see. I thought maybe God don't notice. Maybe God don't see. Maybe God don't hear me cry. Maybe God don't feel. Maybe God sleeps sometimes. Maybe God forgot about me. Maybe God not here. I told myself it's normal, so normal. I told myself it's normal, so normal, so normal. I told myself it's normal, so normal, so normal. I told myself so normal, so normal. I know. I told myself it's normal, so normal, so normal. When he climbed on top of me every time he made of me a mess. Anytime he could make of me this mess, I gave him my permission, said make of me this mess. I know. For sure, I cleaned the kitchen floor, for sure. I showered and shower again, for sure. I smelled like period blood and lost virginity, father of all. I had become a mother of none. My prayers became criers. I know. I had to tell someone I made love on demand. My prayers became cryings. I said, for sure. I was taking care of myself. I said he loves me. I said if he doesn't, he will love me. I said if he doesn't, he will love me. For sure, he will love me when I undress. And I thought it was so normal, so normal, so normal. Until there was nothing left, I undressed. Until there was nothing left, I undressed. Until there was nothing left, I undressed. I did not tell my sisters, I did not tell my cousins, I did not tell my brothers, I did not tell my mother, I did not tell myself, like every girl, woman, other, every girl, woman, other else. I know another story like that. I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think time is done. I wanted to do something small, but let's keep it here. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for Lisette Ma Neza. The exhibition slides you have been seeing is Her Skin Speaks by Palesa Makua. A round of applause in absentia. And on the keys, Tembelihle Donjana. Saxophone, Claironge. And on the double bass, Brandon Bolton. And our poets tonight, Sipogazi Jonas, Tara Rose, Zita Maketa, Burcu Sahin, Lee Mukobe, Lisette Ma Neza. Produced by Hear My Voice. Partners, the representation of Flanders Literature, Gothenburg Literature House, and the Open Book Festival. The voice behind it, Muafrika wa Mokati. Bodies is under siege. And until next time, good night.